How the hell are you, boys? This is Real Men Talk Shit. We got Josh and Void with us as always, and this week we got Cory Kastle, professional wrestler, comedian, and pretty much every other thing in the known universe. He's a cool fucking dude, and we're just gonna shoot some shit and have some fun. How the hell has everybody been? Merry Christmas.
Doing all right.
Great.
What it is, y'all.
How's Christmas been with your family?
Yeah. Christmas was weird, man. Christmas was really fucking weird. I've never felt song lyrics so hard in my life.
Not Christmas songs.
No, not Christmas.
What lyrics? Yeah.
So there's a line in Mockingbird by Eminem that says, Mommy bought all the Christmas presents and put them up under the tree and said some of them were from me because Daddy couldn't buy them.
I'll never forget that Christmas. I sat up the whole night crying. Yep.
Because Daddy felt like a bum. Daddy had a job, but his job was to keep food on the table for you and Mom. And holy fucking shit. Because of everything going on, it just was super fucking complicated and it was weird. It was weird to say the least. Got the live notification. Now we're good. We're here. But yeah, so Christmas was weird to say the least. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the greatest, but it was Christmas. How was your guys'?
Pretty chill. Stay at home.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. 2020 kind of just like, or 2021. It's 2021. I just said 2020. That's because 2020 sucked ass, and 2021 hasn't been any better. So,
nope, no, it really hasn't. Cory, how the fuck have you been? What have you been up to, brother? It's been a while since you've been on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, it's been a while since I've been anywhere on any podcast. I haven't done an episode of my podcast since October, and I've been a waiter now. So all I've been doing is waiting tables, and I also work part-time at my gym. So I work 2 jobs, and I don't do anything but work those 2 jobs. So Christmas Eve was awesome. Awesome. It was like, for sure, like this has been it was definitely one of my favorite Christmases that I can remember because it was that awesome. But Christmas Day, I waited tables at a restaurant and hung out with other people's families besides my own, which kind of really annoyed me. And the fact that like people weren't as generous as, I'm being forced to work on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day, and I'm like being really good and nice to your kids, and you're giving me 20%, which it's all right, but like, come on.
'Tis the season, man. Damn.
Right. I get it.
It's not 20% season, it's at least 35, 40% season.
You're coming in
at least.
I'm waiting on you on Christmas. Come on now.
Yeah, well, nothing around here is open besides us. So I'm wearing Christmas lights and I have a stupid smile on my face the whole time. Be generous.
Well, we see you're in uniform.
Well, you know how to work a mic, so at least you're pretty good at that.
Mm-hmm. Sure. At least that.
You know how to sell yourself and have some fun.
Well, if we're talking about talking into a mic right now, when I join into a StreamYard room, sometimes it takes me a minute. But when it comes to speaking into a mic and being charming in that facet, sure.
Always ready.
Talking on the microphones has been my thing for a very, very, very long time. So this should be easy, right? Like it should
be easy at some point.
Ostensibly.
It's crazy. I started wrestling when I was in 2nd grade.
That is funny. That's funny to think about.
Yeah, I was looking at your pro wrestling fandom, and it said that you made your in-ring debut in September 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Me having been born in 92, I was like, damn, that's sick. I wonder if I was aware of it. I wasn't super into wrestling, but my cousins always watched it. Every single league of every single thing everywhere. So,
wonder had I been in this southern New Jersey town of Vineland, I would have been present for Cory Kastle's in-ring debut at 10 years old. Yes.
I was down in the deep south, unfortunately, missing all the cool events and stuff.
Damn it.
Uh-oh.
You turned off your camera.
Camera wiggle.
Hang on.
Ugh. So, boys,
Eat fresh.
Subways sounds familiar.
Oh, there we go. We're back. I thought he said Subways too.
Doughboys. We do have a Patreon question. We have a brand new Patreon for all of the fans and everything that want to come and hang out with us. We do monthly hangouts where we're going to be doing those bi-weekly. We're going to be doing a 30-minute show, which is fucking fantastic. We got to get that scheduled and started. And we have AMA questions.
In the Discord.
Well, you get to join the Discord for free, but so we have a few questions. How do you see RMTS moving into the new year? How do you plan to improve on the show? What exciting things can your audience expect in the future? So, Josh,
Cory.
And someone paid extra to ask you those questions. Those were, come on,
to make sure the money was going to a good place, you know.
Well, there's more of it. I was just breaking it up so that way it's at least bite size instead of.
Well, I'm hoping for expansion. I'm new here. It's nice to meet you, by the way, Cory. I haven't told you you've been a friend of the podcast for a while now. I'm the new guy.
Yeah, good to meet you, Josh.
I just recently went on this show for the first time and then was asked to come hang out. So thank you, Zach.
That's right.
I'm cool with whatever. I post it on the social medias, grow as we can, and hopefully find lots of cool guests. I've got some people in mind in the near future that I think will hopefully be cool as well. Obviously, Cory's cool. Void's cool. The hosts are cool. So hopefully that is enough to grow. That's what I see going on for 2022, just growing naturally and expanding.
I think we have a real chance to grow now that we have the formula down. And that's what we fucking needed. That's what I fucking needed. I needed somebody I can rely on to actually do shit without it just being all on me, which is nice. Now it's like, Void, can you do this? Josh, can you do that? And it's no longer all on Zach.
I'll try and then fail and then ask you to help me, but I'll try, damn it. It's a slight weight off your shoulders.
Cory knows because me and him during, last summer, we were working on building a podcast network for like about 6 months. And nobody really put in the work except me and Cory and Frank. And that was about it.
When you got tons of projects all up in the air, it's tough to say that like something's not a success when you're working that hard on it. When there's like so many moving parts going on it that only you care as much about that other people don't.
It makes it damn near impossible.
It's tough.
Partially a really passion project almost.
It's weird because you get so many feelings and so much love into something and you want something to grow and you want something to prosper and you just end up strangling it because you're like, I want this to fucking work. Which is why it's nice to actually have partners now because I was strangling everything.
No more Nero, my guy. No more dancing and watching Rome burn.
No, I don't have to anymore. It's nice.
How about talking some shit? Do we like The Matrix?
I haven't seen The Matrix.
I haven't seen The Matrix.
I haven't seen the new one.
Oh man, you bring up Neo dancing, and then when I ask you about if you've seen The Matrix, this is a shit show being called Real Men Talk Shit. If Real Man can bring up The Matrix and then not talk that and then have not seen it.
Yep, I have not seen it yet. I don't even think I've seen the third one, so I'm not qualified.
I
think I've only seen the
Matrix
first
6
two.
is something I still have to go sit down and watch. I've seen
the first one's amazing. The second one was amazing.
I'm
sure the third and fourth are amazing.
The first one, and that's it.
I want to watch the new Spider-Man movies. I think I'm going to watch all three.
I heard the new Spider-Man's really good.
I'm probably not going to see any movies in the near damn future because I just sit at home and play RuneScape for the most part. So we watch stuff at home now, right? We're supposed to do home. Are these movies available at home streaming?
Yeah, and HBO Max has the new Matrix on it.
Okay,
really?
In that case, I can watch it.
Well, then
I
I'm
can
watching
watch
that tonight.
And I'll have to go to the theater, then I can watch it.
I went to the theater and saw House of Gucci recently.
Was that any good? My mom went and saw that.
Everyone's mom would love it. Yeah.
My mom just went because she's a Lady Gaga maniac. So my mom being a Lady Gaga absolute fucking fanatic, she was first in line there and kicked the door down to get in. I'm very out of date on movies. I think the last new movie that I saw was the newest movie I saw was probably Pitch Perfect 2 or 3. That's how out of date I am with modern movies, if that tells you anything.
The latest movie I saw was Halloween.
You were in
Kills.
prison for that, weren't you?
Yeah, but they showed it as the Institution movie,
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect 2. Pitch Perfect 2 was the Institution movie one time, and I'd seen the first one in the movie room. So, by the way, Corey, if that caught you off guard, the reason that I was asked on the show in the first place is because I had a very interesting legal conundrum where I talked shit on a video game and ended up getting incarcerated for a while. Kind of the video game equivalent of pro wrestling, but the shit that I was talking, I got taken to court for. So that probably seemed kind of random that I'm this flippy-haired, young-looking white dude that just got out of the feds.
So you talk shit about a video game and then got taken to. Okay,
I said I was going to do something really bad. I said I was going to kill some people because I was drunk and there was an argument pertaining to another video game that was a shooting game, making fun of a tragedy, and it's kind of a long story, but I said I was going to do something terrible and nasty, and 4 days later, the FBI showed up and held me to task for what I said, and I ended up doing a couple of years in there, so that's why Void randomly interjected with that, which is part of the reason, yes, that I am very out of the loop and behind on modern-day movies, except for what was occasionally shown as an Institution movie.
Now, did they give you any type of like parole or like any like, hey, don't play video games? You're gonna talk shit like
they
that?
downplayed the video game aspect a lot, so I didn't lose any internet or video game privileges. That's actually what I do for a living now is play the game that I talk shit on Twitch. No, they pretty much just tried to make it out like I was really going to commit a massacre over some drunk shit that I didn't have a BB gun in my house. And no, the feds don't do parole. So after I did my 5 years, I had 3 years of supervised release, which is pretty much the same fucking thing.
Now, in the talking shit, you said you had a BB gun?
No, I'm saying I didn't have one. What I said was I was going to go into my local high school because this dude told me to download a video game making fun of the Columbine shooting in 99.
I've never heard of it.
No, and another player called me a dumbass and told me to call him on the phone and kill myself for talking about Columbine. So I said, I love Columbine. Ha, ha, ha. And I ended up, 4 days later, the FBI showed up at my house. And I ended up doing a nice little bit of time.
So drinking and shit talking.
Not a good mix.
Not a good Columbination.
Yeah, not a good Columbination. Oh, great. I'm going to get my door kicked down for that joke.
And he's still playing old school RuneScape.
Still play old school. Still got the shirt. Got the shirt and everything. This is the game that I was playing was old school RuneScape, or at that time it was just RuneScape. It was before the old school version had to be re-released.
Yeah, I join your stream all the time, and you're playing RuneScape, and I'm like, okay, well,
you're like, I don't understand what's going on here.
I'm here for Minecraft, like.
I'm here to bullshit. That's all I'm doing.
I'm like 20% Minecraft, 80% RuneScape.
Would I be safe from judgment had I told you I have no idea what that is?
You would be absolutely safe from judgment. It's a very niche game.
Okay.
It's a very niche game
that most kids our age would play.
Like the bracket of like 24 to like 30 is pretty much it. If that, maybe 26 to 30. It's a very small window where the game was popular and some of us stuck with the game. It's a very niche, obscure game.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm very familiar with what niche and obscure is, but that mostly pertains to my own existence for the real world. But
more relevant topics, right?
It's as niche as CZW is for wrestling fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The stuff that made me the most Googleable when I was 19 years old was being in CZW and being on TV in CZW. But that's such a small
right,
thing. Like the fact that my ego got as out of control as it did at that age. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm on channel 48, WGTW channel 48, the same channel the ECW was on. So I marked out for that, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm a star, I'm a TV star,
rocking and
like
rolling.
In my first like year of being, on active in-ring performer, here I am on TV, and then my ego kind of gets insane, and it really was truly that I was nothing. I was such a niche, obscure thing that like I could walk through the mall and nobody knows who I am. I'm not.
Didn't have bodyguards.
I'm not. No, I'm just
sniper protection.
Just some dude. Some dude who works at a bowling alley.
How How did I meant to? I had to ask this, man, or I have to ask this. How exactly do you get into this? Just basically being a buff dude and then doing some auditions. Just main thing is really working out and
Buff has nothing to do with it. I have to
How
say.
old were you?
really. I just figured that the largest part was the brawn.
Nope. That all came with some time. I mean, that definitely,
Or is it more willingness to do stunts, perhaps?
dude. Honestly, I think
Excuse me.
it's weird to think it all out. But going to the story of how did I get into it, the way fast forwarded or rewinded sort of like timestamp of it would have to, I'm going to say it was like the summer before ninth grade. The summer before ninth grade, my friend Scott had found this article in the newspaper, the Bucks County Courier Times, that there was this like wrestling school where kids our age were going. So for sure, I was still that skinny, fat, awkward 14-year-old boy. It had nothing to do with being buff in any way. It was just that it happened to be the Attitude Era in wrestling. So that was
Right.
like, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret the Hitman Hart, D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, like all the like the New Age Outlaws, all this stuff that was hugely successful in the fans' eyes. And I went to this school and it was definitely run by somebody who shouldn't have been running a wrestling school, but they were somebody who was getting kids' dumbs moms to pay like
Exorbitant amounts of money.
$30 a month. It wasn't even it wasn't even a ton of money. But I mean, for like, we're in the wrestling business. So, my mom would pay for it and I'd go there and I'd learn nothing. And I would get to pretend like I was a wrestler, like I saw on TV. It was just,
Then they'd scoop up the cash.
this is glorified backyard wrestling,
Yeah.
And then when I was there, and the place shut down, some of my friends who I met there had gone on to the CCW Wrestling School, Combat Zone Wrestling Academy, in South Jersey, and invited me to come with them. And so I started riding with my best friend Rick, who still my best friend. He actually is my co-host on Wrestle Rock, and we still hang out. And he actually produces and films and edits all the footage for what's now known as DCW Overdrive TV. If you go on YouTube and subscribe to that channel, it's DCW Overdrive TV. And Rick does all the production. He does all the putting that TV show together. That's all my friend, my best friend Rick, who, if you check back on old episodes of Evolving with Cory Kastle, my podcast, you'll find a couple times he's been on the show.
Yeah.
Good homie. That's the one that brought you with him.
Yeah. I think Rick really was highly responsible for keeping me in the wrestling business. I definitely wouldn't be who I am right now had he not really been there for me in so many ways as a kid.
So with the wrestling characters, especially like the big names like you were talking about with the Attitude Era, I was wondering, like, did these guys in any way, are they responsible for their persona as who they are as the wrestler, or is it entirely like the writers come up with, this storyline that, because when I was in jail, somebody said something that I thought was brilliant, and he was, one of the guys wanted to watch wrestling, and everybody's talking shit. Oh man, that's fake. That's fake. And the dude turned and looked at him and he said, "When you watch a movie, do you assume every time that you see a movie it's real? Do you think every movie you watch is a documentary? It's not about being real or fake, man. I know the shit's fake." And I was like, that's actually a pretty good point.
Exactly.
So, he was like, it's entertainment, bro. Nobody thinks it's real. Okay. Maybe like 5-year-olds, but it's entertainment, man. All right. And that's when I was wondering, do these guys come up with their own personas? Like the Undertaker, was this his crafting at home? Like, I'm going to be this WWE character, and the Undertaker and not die. And
I mean, I think with a lot of that, I mean, nowadays it's all somebody else wrote everything else. Nowadays it's all somebody else is in charge of everything. They have whole teams and creative meetings that are all people who like went to college and got some writing degree
And marketing
and right. That now those people craft the characters, but back in the day, it would be like a combination of these. There's some people in the creative department, and the wrestlers kind of have way more input on what the character is going to be. But I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you for sure case by case.
So in your experience, it wasn't something calculated or crafted and handed to you?
No, I mean, I'm extremely independent in the, I've never been crafted by the WWE or any other big wrestling promotion because I come as a complete package and I don't have to be manufactured anywhere I go. I'm a plug and play utility player, kind of like we're independent contractors, as you might have heard. Independent wrestlers are independent contractors. All, not just independent wrestlers in general. Like when you look at the WWE and you see a Roman Reigns, you see a Seth Rollins, you see a Kofi Kingston, you see a Ricochet. None of those people are actual WWE employees. They're all independent contractors. So none of them have none of the rest
healthcare, no nothing.
Nothing. They're all responsible to take care of all that stuff on their own. But they make enough money that they can cover their healthcare.
Of course, yeah.
But some people can't. You know what I mean? Like some people can't.
But they're each represented by an agent, and they all have their own individual dealings with the umbrella faction of the WWE.
There's so many fingers, and so many pies.
Right? Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
a lot of that Poo-Tang pie too.
Yeah, well, that's 90s pie.
Seems a little different now.
Well, I was saying only because that was a reference to The Rock in the 90s.
Yeah,
and he used to call himself the Poontang Pie eating.
Oh, okay.
Champion of the world. He's eating some pussy, and
it's the trailblazing, eyebrow raising, pie eating, jabroni beating son of a gun or whatever.
Something about Rudy Poo candy ass, right? Or am I getting myself mixed up?
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I think it was an effort to kind of be similar to Ric Flair, having the silent profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing. I'm having a hard time keeping these gators down. Woo!
Special sauce, 2 patties, lettuce, onion.
Yeah, that too.
Got to start going through the Krabby Patty secret formula and touch your knees.
That would probably be mine if I was a wrestler. I'd just be the Krabby Patty formula. Mm-hmm. Before I lost every time.
Yours would be singing Face Down by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Also,
I could come out and be like, what's the only type of bird that don't fly? Jailbird. But then I fly away. I jump out of the ring and run and escape. Get it. I think I'm coming up with a gimmick here. Now I need an agent.
Exactly.
I don't have the fitness. Even if that's not the primary thing that gets you involved in it, I definitely don't have the fitness because even the backyard leagues that I've seen on YouTube or whatever I see, the dudes are a lot bigger than I am. I'm like 5'11" and like $170 or $165 depending. And I'm not flipping off of ladders or doing any of that stuff.
Did you ever try and do a front flip off something like when you were a kid?
I did front flips and back flips on trampolines.
I used to be able to jump off things and do front flips.
No, I wasn't the send out. I was always the you do it.
I didn't.
I always tried to be Jeff Hardy and be the cool guy that can do front flips. And now being 6'5"
Did it work out?
170. I am not Jeff Hardy, but I can do front flips still.
Corey, did you ever have to do any stunts like that for the ring? Have to learn how to do flips?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that stuff since forever. There's no, not even for a second did I go, oh yeah, what is that? No, that's for sure what I've been doing my whole life. I've never not been filling up that bump card, man.
So is that stuff that started with the school that you went to, or did you just have to wing it? Like, okay, I'm going to jump off of this and curl my neck at the last second and figure it out.
Well, I think it it's environmental for sure. I mean, I
Yeah.
came up in very early 2000s CZW, which psychology, selling, all that stuff that we care about as wrestlers didn't have to matter then. It just
Right.
mattered about getting a crowd reaction. So I for sure got way more beat up than I should have been beat up all the time. And I think back on it. And I go like, wow, I was probably concussed after every single match that I had. I remember coming back in the back from the match and put my head in my hands and being like, I don't remember any of that. So, CTE is a thing.
Yeah. Now we know a little bit more about that. CTE in this day and age.
Right. Yeah.
Were you ever in any of those death matches or anything like that?
One time, but that was way later, 2015. I was in a barbed wire baseball bat match, but I've never did what the death matches that CZW was famous for back then.
The light tubes or anything?
No, I've never done. No. Well, my second match might not have been my second match in CZW. It was definitely my first year. I had a match that took place at the Tournament of Death. It was have you ever heard of Tournament of Death, Zach?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Tournament of Death is like an annual CZW event, and it was the second Tournament of Death that CZW had ever done, and they did matches that were non-tournament matches, and they put me in this like clustery, however, I meant throw 10 people in there, see what happens, just take bumps and stuff. And the match that was right before ours had a lot of light tubes and stuff in it, and then they just sweeped all that stuff right out of the ring. And
oh my God.
And somebody had knocked me off the ring apron and then jumped onto me, and I just landed on all of the broken glass. It was like just my back was all bloody, and I was like, all right, well, this ain't for me. I'm not doing this no more.
God, man.
I'm not going to be at none of those deathmatch
spot
shows.
monkeying.
Yeah, because like for me, I think blood in wrestling should add to the drama of the match, and it should mean something. It should be built to, and it should be something that
it should be
push the narrative
of like, this is the storytelling. Now I get busted open.
Right.
I'm going to.
Well, it's not. I don't think it should be like bell rings, hit somebody, bleed. Like I just don't.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think that computes with me. And I'd say I went a good 13, 14 years without getting broken open. Nobody ever made me bleed before. So I'm happy to say that I didn't have to do any gigging in any matches.
I was told that a lot of the bleeding that you see in wrestling is real. They use some type of hidden or concealed small blade of some sort, or is that an urban legend?
They do like the razor blades and like their
eyebrow. Yeah, I've been told
Yeah.
about that. I never knew if that was true, because I do know the facial wounds bleed like crazy if you just get a little tiny one.
I want to hear what else you've heard.
I've heard that there's concealed razor blades that slice open, and that over time wrestlers will start to have badly scarred, damaged, missing eyebrows patched up along their eyes.
Does this sound like a sane thing? Does this sound like a thing that like you can hear and go, okay, yeah, that's something a normal, not crazy person would be doing?
No, but I'm also not. If you're paying me, $3 million a year to get little nicks on my eyebrow once or twice a month.
Hold on. Would you look like this?
If I have some antibiotics or something right afterwards. But you're right. Now, when you put it like that, it kind of sounds absurd.
It is so crazy what wrestlers will put themselves through. So yes, that is like Devon Dudley's head, or Dusty Rhodes' head, or Jerry Lawler's head. Their heads are so gig scarred up. Like I have one gig scar. I don't even know if you can see.
So that's what you meant when you said you didn't have to do any gigging.
Right. Yeah. Let's see if you can see it. It's like right here from that barbed wire match
with the baseball bat.
Yeah, I got color in that match. I gigged up here, but
does gig imply that it's intentional, or does that just mean you spouted some blood? Okay, so
if it's not intentional, it's called hard way hard way color, or hard way gigging.
Implying that it wasn't intentional.
Right, it wasn't.
We got it the fuck up way on accident.
Right.
And so gigging does imply though that we planned this and there should be some blood.
Or like, sometimes it's called blading, sometimes it's called juicing.
So are these concealed on your fingertips, or is this the magician thing you're not supposed to tell me?
Oh no, they exist in everybody's fingertips all the time. Look at your fingers right now.
No way, you can't do that with your fingernails. Surely.
Look at your finger. No, it's in your.
Look, you got razor blades.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. Look close at your hands.
Surely you're not talking about using your fingernail to do that cut.
1.
Nothing.
Don't call me Shirley. 2. I was kidding. You clearly said
okay. I was like, come on.
I was going to see if y'all were starting to look at your hands. I was going to see what kind of reaction I'd get by saying that. But there's different ways that people hold. I mean, some people like. Okay, so maybe I'm telling a magician's secret that doesn't. Dude, any of this stuff you can find on the internet anyway. So it's not like I'm telling you something you can't already find somewhere else.
It's not patented NDA.
Right. I have not signed an NDA. They were like, hey, if you want to buy these wrestling boots, you better sign this NDA real quick and not share the secrets of the business. But what it is, it's like just like a regular razor blade, right? The guys will take a big long piece of their athletic tape. You know how people wear tape on their wrists. Take a big long piece of that athletic tape, and then take the razor blade and chop the edge of it off, and then tape a little handle onto it, and then put that gigger inside their actual wrist tape, and then when something goes down that they're supposed to get color for, you'll see them sell in a way where like they'll bust the gigger out and have it in their hands. You'll see them sell in a way where like
interesting,
doing a little gigging.
Wow, it's a lot of sleight of hand involved then.
What did you say, Zach?
So they hang out with Quagmire a lot of giggity.
A lot of giggity. Yes.
There's a lot of sleight of hand involved. That's impressive, man.
I mean, some people are more slight with it, and some people are more obvious with
varying degrees of subtlety.
Yes, varying degrees of skill involved, various degrees of how important it is to them to make sure that the fans to protect the business of it, to protect the work of it, protect the like
suspension of disbelief.
Yeah,
the story.
If I go, hey, I was in a barbed wire baseball bat match. Oh, look what this barbed wire did. Look what this barbed wire did to me. That sounds more impressive than going like, oh, I took a little razor blade, I stuck it in my wrist tape, and then
very true.
Oh, and then I was like, owie!
I dabbed like this and went, my eye.
Gosh dang, what happened? Right.
You could gig with how hard you dab, Josh.
Knock an eyeball out.
Exactly.
I've done it.
How's it going to the rest of the chat? I do want to say Twitch was fucking up. So if you guys have more problems with Twitch, switch over to YouTube. It's in the link I posted. There's a lot of shit going on. I guess the bitrate isn't so great on Twitch. It's fucking up. But YouTube and Facebook are both good. So if you guys want to hop over there, we are live on all three. So feel free to flip in between them. I know Twitch is a bitch sometimes and doesn't like to do things that it needs to.
Bitrate sucks.
Yeah, bitrate does suck. So, boys, I know there's a lot of things that I never wanted as a kid, but always want as an adult. What is the most genuine thing that you can think of that you wanted as an adult but never wanted as a kid?
That's a good question. First? Yeah, take off.
Okay, so number one, a fucking nap. I want fucking naps. And I want it to be okay that I take fucking naps.
No, you're not allowed to take naps.
No. Working until 3 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, it should be fucking fine for me to take a nap. I work a shit ton.
Yeah. And I just took a nap like minutes before I got on the call with you guys.
My wife says relatable, of course.
Exactly.
My wife loves naps.
Who doesn't fucking love naps? Naps are fucking amazing. And I want it to be okay to just fucking do what I want for like a day.
Nah,
Yeah.
we're dads now. That doesn't happen.
But how nice would that fucking be?
It'd be
Just
amazing.
have the availability to fuck off and do what the fuck you want. Oh, I feel like putting 15 hours worth of my day into a video game and then eat a pizza for dinner and then go to sleep.
I'm going to build a waterfall on Minecraft. It's 75 blocks high and 3,000 wide.
Exactly.
And everybody's got to leave me alone. One thing that I would want as a present as an adult that I didn't care about when I was a kid is some motherfucking Tylenol, because I get sore a lot now when I play video games or just lay around and do fucking nothing. It's like about the time that I hit 28, like now I just turned 29, like not even a month ago. I'm already starting to feel that fucking difference. And some Tylenol would be a much appreciated gift for me now.
I saw this commercial. I saw this commercial last night. I was watching AEW, and they had this commercial on for like, oh, are you experiencing neck pain or muscle soreness from exercising? And then it was like some guy like in this gym that clearly no one's ever actually used before. It was just like some home gym that they set up for the shoot on this commercial. They're like, from too much exercise or like anything else that you can get muscle,
other stuff,
like daytime stuff, and they like show somebody just driving their car and be like, and
pull
it's
the
like,
muscle shoulder
like,
chicken.
So if they're like from too much working out and you're like, no, don't work out. And they're like, from every other thing that you can have muscle soreness from. And they're like, oh yeah, me. Yeah. Now I get it.
I'm sore from gardening, but not working out. So this commercial is for me.
Yeah. Like, other everyday stuff. Oh my God. I couldn't get over how stupid it was. Like people watch this commercial and they're like, yeah, I got to get me one of those because it asked me if I had sore muscles.
I'm sore from either working out or other stuff.
Exactly.
This was aimed directly at me.
Or other stuff.
This is the TV algorithms finding me.
Advertising campaign was perfect. It was better than Head On. Y'all remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't remember Head On apply directly to the forehead?
No.
That big fucking headache chapstick they had. I was like 9 when they came out with that.
I can't
That was
believe
like
you
2001.
I can't believe you have a dye in your dick.
A domino.
A domino.
Mine's a domino.
We're going
Similar.
to dick talk?
Same thing. That was kind of a random interruption, I have to say.
So, well, all right. So sore from other things. That made me think of sex.
That ain't going to help with.
Made me think.
Okay. I thought you
How
were
do you
saying
get
that.
sore from sex? Dude, I'm 28.
How do you not get?
I'm 27 and holy shit.
You never fucked so much that you got sore from sex?
I've broken my dick.
How the fuck did you do that?
How'd you break your dick?
How did you break your dick? I literally have a domino.
What was the
implant in mine and
position?
it didn't break.
What was the position?
She was riding me and came down and it went.
Oh,
and
she
I
went a
tore,
little too high.
Muscle. Yeah, I tore the muscle in the side of my dick.
Riding front or back? Like facing front or back?
Facing.
Cowgirl. Okay. I know what he's talking about. That's a gnarly bend, my guy.
Yeah.
Tore
the entire side of my dick.
Have you ever heard of an epididymitis?
No, what is this?
Did
we tell them to Google it or not?
It's like some blood clots in your balls, dick area.
Like literal blue balls?
Well, I got it from like I worked in a warehouse and they used to drop these like big tractor trailers off filled with vending machines, and we'd have to push all the vending machines from the very front of the truck all the way out of the truck and get them on the forklift. But the thing was, no one else showed up that day, and I was the only one doing all the pushing of the vending machines, and I pulled my nutsack real hard, and
oh my god!
Then my nuts hurt like for days, and I was scared, and I went to the hospital, and they just told me that it was. They said that it was just It's basically like a
Strain.
light hernia.
That's what I was going to ask. If it was
but
similar
in
to a
your-
hernia.
but inside of your balls instead of your whole
Isn't
groin.
that called a sports
sucks.
hernia, if I remember correctly?
It's called a what?
Isn't it like a sports hernia if it's in your balls or in your groin?
Uh,
Or is it if
bat-
it's in your abs, it's not.
I don't know,
It's
Zach.
not
Mm.
Do a search of epididymitis and see what happens.
I don't want to
Oh,
see.
yes,
Don't put it on the
that's what it
screen.
You can't put it on the screen. It's balls and
Don't
think
put it
that's
on the
what that
screen.
is.
It can't go on
I
my
was just
YouTube.
talking. I was only talking about reading what it says as it describes it. I wasn't saying let's look at photos.
No,
I
know
definitely.
Zach. Zach's
Okay.
going to look at photos. You know he is right now. He typed images.google.com before he typed anything.
I already had it bookmarked.
that's when your tube connects to your balls gets huge.
That's what Cloud said,
Oh.
yeah.
LMAO dick talk. Yes, dick talk. You put
Real men
four
talk
guys in the
shit. What
room,
can we say, Pam?
And dick talk happens.
My dick in that talk.
Kara says don't look it up. So we're not going to.
Oh, good. My wife looked it up. Excellent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Now
not
you're
having
gonna
any
have
more
fear
kids.
for you. She's going to be afraid for you for like the next couple months, and then you'll be good.
This sounds pretty severe. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. I had an infection in my balls before, and that shit fucking hurt.
I imagine that, like I skateboarded for a long time, and I imagine it, and I'm sure more than just skaters know this, but when you jump off of something, land really hard on the balls of your feet, and your balls hurt really bad and ache and throb, like it makes
The
me wonder
worst-
if that would feel like that for days on end.
Well, yeah. I mean, dude.
I've gotten that from playing a lot of basketball. Like,
Yeah, I
in the
can.
day.
I fully
Right,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Fully know that thing, and like landing on the arches or whatever, like landing flat on your feet.
Flat,
can
yeah.
like jolt a little bit of
Shockwave.
a little bit of ouchie pain up to your nuts.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah.
But I think I've learned to
Spit it out.
bend my knees more when I know I'm coming
When you're
down
landing.
on my feet, and also a lot of times if I'm if I have the ability to, I'm gonna grab my nuts so that they don't bounce when I hit the ground.
Yeah.
And
Cradle them.
also, there's something about breathing correctly that can avoid some of that. Like, and I think I learned that from just falling down too often, too much.
I feel like I heard that actually.
The worst
So-
thing to
Sorry, I'm
do
yawning
is
so
when you're
much.
skating and you go to do an impossible and your fucking skateboard hits you in the balls or in the dick.
The main time that I would get hit in the balls when I was first learning heel flips, I would get credit carded right in the balls or in the butthole.
that
Land
shit fucking
straight
hurts.
popsicled like so.
Yep.
Balancing on the board for a second with my butthole.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Called a
you get your
credit
entire
card.
gooch.
Ripped the gooch in half. Yeah.
I
Luckily, I didn't get a
Tain't much fun.
dermatititis.
It tain't much.
Tain't
fun.
much fun. What'd you say that thing is called? The blood clot or whatever it is in your dome?
Epididymitis.
Epididymitis. All right, I'm nervous about looking it up, but I'm gonna type that in the Discord over here.
Okay, so obviously talking about dicks, talking about
Oh,
gooches.
obvious.
Dick surgery. We have one of us that have had dick surgery.
I don't know if it counts as surgery.
Yes, it's surgery. Your dick got cut open.
It was unofficial surgery. It was black market surgery.
Mm.
So before we go into the
Once you go black market, you never go back market.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go to official procedures now.
No.
So talking about official procedures, did anybody ever want to get the dick lengthening surgery?
No, because I was
No.
told when I was told about the
No.
dick lengthening surgery, I was like, that sounds neat, but I was told that you can't keep it like up if you get that. I was told that it can still get equally hard, but that it will be drooping and not able to dragon head up and rear back and conquer.
So I was like 13 and I was like, I want this fucking surgery. I want it so bad because I watched way too much Dr. 90210 because I wanted to see titties.
Of course.
Yeah. The only nudity that's on cable television, you got to watch it.
That's
Gotta
all
watch
you
Here's
got.
what you got.
Yep. Because the Girls Next Door was coming on
I'm
next.
trying to. Oh, what was it? It was like late night. Like they were by the HBO channels. at very late at night. I can't remember what channel it was.
Well, he always went to Girls Gone Wild after midnight.
The ads.
That
Yep.
The
So all the ads
Comedy
were Girls
Central
Gone Wild.
ad.
30-minute infomercial for it.
Yeah. So you always end up watching Dr. 90210 and it was funny because I was like, I really want this fucking surgery. I just want it. This 8 inches that I thought was small as fucking 13. I was like, I need more. Everybody else has more. I need more. Holy fucking shit. So now black market surgery.
We should be less concerned about what everybody else has and be more grateful for what we do have.
Just put in practice with our own equipment. You know what I mean?
13 years old. Didn't even have sex yet.
Already worried about it.
Not even worried about it.
Exactly. Later on down the line, you realize what's important.
Yeah, exactly.
What I got was it did unofficially, or I guess officially add some girth, though. That wasn't the point, but it was a byproduct of what I got done. So added a good random bump of a 1/2 inch, I guess. I had a implant put into my schmeckle while I was in prison, and I didn't talk about it the first time I was on this show. Whenever I went on a different show, I talked about it, and it's been a hot topic lately. The pearl.
Fucking hilarious story.
It's pretty common in the feds. A lot of dudes that I knew got it done, and many people had them before I even met them, But now I've got a lot of people asking about the pearl because it's a shaved down domino whittled into the shape of a heart. And
I've rewatched that PKA, and I skipped that part when I rewatched.
Too cringe.
I only need to watch it once, and
sorry.
that's all I need.
I'm sorry for putting you through that.
It sounds painful. It just sounds painful.
If I'd have known how painful it was going to be, I would have never been able to go through with it. I could say that. Never.
And what's the draw behind doing that?
Well, it's reportedly quite pleasing to females. Quite an exotic difference that is very noticeable and that they are quite sensitive to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theory behind getting it done.
But while in prison, you're not around females.
You don't get to test it. That's the thing. When I got it done, I was like, damn, I'm not even going to get to use this son of a bitch for 3.5 more years or something like that. But
would you
everybody
wish you got
gets
it done
them
right before the end?
No, I should have. I actually had it. I still had at least 2 years left. I think maybe about 2.5, 3 years left when I got mine done. But my friends hyped me up on it so hard. They had just gotten theirs done. And they were like, bro, you got to get a pearl, man. You got to do it. Come on, man. It's like a tribal thing, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I was like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it. I paid $21 for it and almost passed out and had to sit down in a chair sweating bullets while this Mexican with wine on his breath was like, tranquilo, vato. Tu necesitas tranquilar. You got to calm down. They sit me down in this damn chair and I'm pouring sweat. And
And
once
he's using a
he
toothbrush?
stabbed, I was already committed, so I didn't back out, but I really wanted to back out. But I already had the 2 holes in there. He'd already stabbed me in the dong. It was far too late to back out. So
was Domino sanitized before insertion?
yes, we had powder bleach that you can buy from Inmate's Black Market. Inmate mixed in a bottle of water, as well as alcohol sanitation wipes that the diabetics use to sanitize their needles. We had all that, several different types of antiseptics and hand sanitizers, alcohol wipes, and powdered bleach. So it was super, super sanitized, and I did not get an infection. Nobody that I knew ever got an infection.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that some shit? In prison, in a dirty ass cell.
It's crazy because
With a spoon he dug out of the trash and then whittled into a shank basically to stab you through the dong with it. It's amazing. Ingenuity, man. Necessity is the mother of invention, and some guy needed a piece of domino shoved in his dick.
Mm-hmm.
I was close with the toothbrush.
I mean, a toothbrush would have worked too.
Better you than me. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. I'm glad that you did this.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm proud of it, but I'm married now and I don't get complaints about it. So I mean, it is what it is. If I never told this story, but I also did get hyped up one night and try to remove it myself before I got out of prison because I had a cellmate like a year later that was like, bro, you got a pearl? When I got out of prison the first time, I got with my girl and she would not even let me in because she said it hurt so bad. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, dude, if a girl's, they can't handle it. I have never heard that from anybody else still to this day now. Every other dude that has one is like, the girls love it, the girls love it, the girls love it. But this one dude got in my ear and spooked me so bad that I like took a bunch of Suboxone and intentionally got really screwed up and tied a string around the pearl and was sitting there with a razor blade into my prison cell. Like, dude, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, screw it. Here, you do it. And I got my buddy to do it, the one that was hyping it up like this. And I handed him the razor blade. And after 10 minutes of me going, okay, get ready. No, okay, get ready.
You gigged your schwanz.
Yes, exactly. Well, I was trying to. Well, this is the thing. Right when he goes to do it, right when he goes to gig it, if you will, I finally got up the nerve and I said, all right, do it. And he slammed into it with the razor blade as hard as he could. And ostensibly, if you squeeze the pearl, there's a lot of tension. If you make a cut, it's supposed to pop right out. Son of a bitch used the wrong side of the razor blade and just like stabbed me in the dick, basically. And it didn't slice it out. It just hurt really bad and bled. And I was like, all right, never mind. Fuck it. I'm leaving it in there. Never mind. Just screw it. I'll get anesthetized and get put under the knife or something when I get out and get it taken out. But I did actually have second guesses about it and want to get it removed because I had not gotten to try it. And that one guy said that his girl said they hurt. But he also self-admittedly was one of the guys that had like 5 of them. I've got one.
Dude, the picture that they made me look at on PKA was like lumps.
That's what I think his looked like. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing his was because he said he had a bunch of different BBs, and that's what the BB shape is. Like the half spheres all over your dick. Yeah, by the way, fun fact for you guys, and I'm sorry if this conversation is disturbing. I'm used to it now. This is years ago. I did not have any tattoos when I got that done yet. I literally started with body modification before I even got a tattoo.
Did any of your tattoo pain-wise measure up to it?
No, not even the staples on my rib cage. The staple all the way up my rib cage, even that wasn't as bad as the pearl. The pearl was something totally different. I was not prepared for that. Would not have been able to do it if I'd have known how bad it was going to hurt. I'm not going to sit here and act like it was nothing.
My armpit, but my armpit didn't hurt at all.
I've been told that's a terrible place to get a tattoo. That's crazy.
I had a tattoo. Yeah, it goes like this.
So like right up underneath, yeah.
Yeah. I would show it, but it would show my titty, and you're not allowed to do that on stream.
Oops, I showed my titty. Whoops.
It says,
girls don't get banned for it, guys.
We're not all angels. No, it's not. Hold on, I'll get the lyrics. So it didn't hurt.
You have to Google the lyrics you have tattooed on you, my God.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Bro.
I'm like, man,
what do you mean?
You should know these by heart.
Oh,
Bro.
dude, unacceptable.
Googling lyrics he's got tatted on him.
No, it's because I don't look at it all the time, and I haven't.
It's by Disturbed. I mean, Breaking Binge. I mean,
no, it's by Tom McDonald.
Just kidding.
Best person to get song lyrics tattooed on you. Right? It is. We get up. Where is it? Truth ain't pretty. Listen up. It's a tough one. You get saved by your angels, or you become one.
You need to memorize that if it's tattooed on you, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That should absolutely be.
That should be a priority there, man.
Oh, I have a tattoo that says this whole thing, and absolutely be that go-to. You know what that is because you
like
cared enough
something
about it to get it tattooed on you.
Something about this thing, about this stuff, by this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Something about staring into the monsters in the abyss, or something about. It's something like that.
But yeah, so I had a muscle removed right there about 2 years ago now, and
Did you already have the tat?
No, I just got the tattoo this year.
Excuse me.
So that part where the space was hurt like a motherfucker. It burned because there was nothing bouncing the needle back, so it was hitting my ribs and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That was not pleasant.
Yeah,
I can imagine, man. There's nothing to really cushion the blow.
No, it just kept hitting. It was not fun at all. Void, are you too high to do this show, brother? You're not butting in at all.
Called out.
Okay. I don't know, man. I'm good.
Yeah, you seem good.
I'm all right.
He's on Mars, man.
Yeah, man.
Let him be.
Let's see.
Should have got you some Monster before we started.
I know Zach's sipping a Monster. It's saying 11 o'clock where you live, isn't it, Zach? Good grief in New York.
It is 11. Yep.
yeah. It's 11 o'clock here, man.
I'm Central Time, so it's 10. I'm guessing Okie is too, right, Void? Central Time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Central.
I
I just read something, so
Everybody's saying, what the fuck, Void?
What?
Everybody,
Yes.
look, chat's
What?
going hard on you, Void.
yeah, I know.
my God.
Will the chat mind if I go take a pee real quick? Is that
Nah,
cool?
Go ahead, man.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll mind at all.
All right, I'll be right back.
So, boys, we have some amazing sponsors that we've been brought to you guys by. I didn't put it up in the fucking screen because I'm a retard, but you know. Here is the sponsor links for everybody. And also the Patreon and the merch link is there as well. We have Blue Chew. Obviously, get hard dicks with us. You guys need it. Make sure to check out Robinhood with everybody else. And everybody else and their mother is using Robinhood as their crypto trading application. Right now, if you guys sign up using the link below, you guys could get anywhere in between $100 to $500 for free. And then you could also sell that, buy some crypto, and make shit tons of money. And also, if you guys want to be high like me right now, nobody's supposed to know. I took some Delta 8 before the stream, and I'm on some Moonwalker right now. Make sure to use code RMTS right now at checkout if you guys want some Delta 8 to hang out with me right now.
You can look like Void.
Yeah, and you'll be as high as
Real
Void.
mellowed out. Just thinking about Tarkov and
Yeah, retard is fine, boys. Retard is fine on Twitch. There's other words you can't say.
Oh yeah, we're taking retard back.
It's no longer allowed to
We're
be
taking-
offensive according to these dudes.
Yeah, it's no longer allowed to be offensive
We're taking it
because
back.
I am retarded.
You'll have to
Therefore-
you have to ban us.
No, they haven't banned
They'll
me
have to
yet.
take us
Retard's
down.
one of my favorite words, so we know it's safe.
My wife's calling you out, Void. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've had more than some CBD. That's true.
You definitely have lots of THC.
So is your webcam, apparently.
Yeah, your webcam is now shitting.
Your
the bed
webcam
now,
looks
too.
like it's been on acid.
it?
Yeah,
That's ass.
dude, it looks like your mom just started up some Netflix or
Yeah.
some mommy porn. You know, the normal stuff.
What does your mom watch?
My mom probably watches a whole lot of 600-pound sisters. Probably shouldn't say that. She's probably in the chat. That would be fucked up. But this was an amazing episode. We had Josh on. He finally came back.
We're not waiting for Cory.
No, we
Are
gotta
you gonna wrap it
on
up?
Everything. We'll just wrap it up here.
All
We had a good
right.
fucking episode. Josh has to go, so we have to get our after stuff done.
Oh, well, I was saying that I had a little bit, but
Yeah, well, we have to get the title and everything else done too.
a good point. All right, fair enough.
Damn, I
Did
was
you guys-
thinking whenever you're doing the ads, I was like, man, I'm gonna redeem myself in this next half. And then now you're
And
now
then he's
you're killing
rapping.
it.
Cory's
Yeah, and I'm
rapping
like,
up here.
We're killing it,
can't-
boys. It's been a great show.
No, you wait. So you
His
just
camera
finished
froze
the
and
ad? Oh, fade away.
He just freezes the camera and says goodnight, everybody.
Is that what happens?
Zach, was that a coincidence your camera froze?
Yes, it was, but
That's a fucked